Hi class. I believe you are in the right place because I don't think Canvas ever make mistakes. So this is CIS 054 CC++ programming class. I'm your instructor. My name is Mansalui, and I think some of you already know I would like to be called Professor M if you like to also. But you can call me Monsa as well. And so this video will be more about going through the logistics and things that you need to know to be successful in the class. I thought since we are going to meet in a week, I would do the proper introduction when you are introducing yourself, when I get to know you, and then you can get to know me a little bit more. So let's jump right into the important stuff. So let's go through what's on Canvas already. This is my screen, so you might not see the other side of things. So this is the table of content. So everything that is in this homepage is obviously important. That's why I put it in the homepage. And I hope that you would, sometimes refer to it, because might be some of the stuff are not making sense to you or not as important to you right at this point. But I think during the class, there will be times that you might want to revisit. So the video will be posted here, and then these are the links that I think you might need to visit often. Modules actually also in the sidebar. So but the video lectures, the Slack channel, and the syllabus, this is different from this one. So I think will be useful for you. That's why I put it like right above. And you can actually use this table of content to go to each session of this page. So this is done by HTML. If you know what it is, it's handy to know HTML. So this is my information. You can find me on LinkedIn or Medium. I haven't published for a while, but I will soon for office hour. So if you have any questions, I really encourage you to come to my office hours, and 6 to 6:30 is just a time I put there. So if there are more people come in, I will definitely try to answer all your questions and help you out. I think it's very important to understand the concepts well right from the beginning, because it's going to snowball. If you don't understand the first chapter, second chapter will be harder, and third chapter it will be almost impossible. So another thing that you can another way you can contact me is through inbox. I would try to reply within 24 hours if you email me on Monday through Friday. So I can't guarantee on Saturday and Sunday. And so it's good to start your homework. And if you have any questions, come on Thursday to ask questions or email me. Inbox is what I meant here. So I try to centralize all the communication with you, at least official communications, through inbox. The rhythm, I thought it's good for you to know that I will always publish all the material for this week by Tuesday, and homework's due Sunday at 6 p.m. My professor used to have, all this computer science homework are all due on Sunday midnight. I don't think it's very good for you. That's just my opinion. So since now I'm teaching, I changed it to 6 p.m. So 6 p.m. you finish your homework, and then you can enjoy the rest of the Sunday. And you can expect to see in each module there will be reading assignment, there will be video lectures, PowerPoints, and then after you do all this, it's time to quiz yourself. The quiz is not really to per se test you. The quiz is really to help you to master the information so that you get to use what you've learned, and also kind of review and remember the concepts, because I think once you remember it, it's so much easier for you to program than to go and look back in your textbook and so on. Sometimes you will need to do it, but the less you have to do it, the faster you can program. And then there will be a homework assignment, and occasionally there will be bonus assignments. Some of you already asked me about the group class, so I thought that's very important to know as well. In the Zoom link, you would find usually also in this here, right? The Zoom link. You can click on it to see what is being scheduled. So you would actually see the group class already scheduled for September 10th, Thursday at 6 p.m. as well. And so if you have questions, want to come to the office hour, you can ask me after class. This meeting is mandatory. It means you have to join it. Otherwise, you can't get a grade in this class. Or so if you really cannot come to the group class because you have other things that you need to attend to, you can send me an inbox message and arrange an appointment with me to meet with me one-on-one. I would like to finish all of this by September 12th. So I would like to receive an inbox message by September 7th, which is next Monday. Other important dates are the 13th. If you feel like this class is not for you, you can still get a full refund on the 13th if you drop the class. November 23rd to withdraw, it's too far away. Final weeks is December 13th and 17th. The textbook officially is just one, so the class is designed around this textbook. You could potentially find the textbook in some way, but you can also use alternative books if you want to. It might be harder to find the material that you might need. However, I think it's possible, but I can't guarantee it. However, because this books from O'Reilly is free, so I thought if you cannot afford a textbook or find other ways to get to the textbook, this is another way, but you will be responsible to find the right chapters to read, okay? So I thought it would be good to talk about the tricks, because after teaching for this class a few times, I think and also, I was a student in this class. Apparently I was thinking to share how you can be successful in this class. Definitely programming is something that you need to, every class you have to work hard, right? There is some thinking that this is a harder class than other classes. Well, I think it depends, right? If this is your interest and not that you're made for it, but then there are some people who are more natural at it, but doesn't mean that natural is the only ingredient to be successful, because persistence is also an ingredient for success. So some people can be very talented, but then if they don't pay attention or don't commit themselves to doing a good job, it's no difference. So the tricks, I highly recommend reading the book, understanding the material, the programs inside the book, and maybe do a little bit of their exercise even in the book before watching the videos. I think that highly increase your retention of the material. Not that you can't reverse it, you can actually watch the video first and then read it, and some people don't even read it, but I think you would be so much more efficient to be writing programs if you read the book first. And then it's always good to practice. So just passively watching the videos, passively reading the book is not going to help you unless you go and write the programs. And I highly recommend that while you're watching the videos, you can also type in your program and see how it runs, and if you make any mistakes, you can correct it. Those are good exercise for you to actually learn how a program works and so on. And also I would have the demo programs downloadable in the file session, so it's also a good idea to download them and play with them and see how it works. You change it a little bit, see how it behaves. That's how you can learn to be a good programmer. Set your own pace watching the video. So for some of you, maybe the videos are too slow, because you might have previous experience programming already. You can always change the video to make it faster. There's a video speed like setting in YouTube. But also, if you feel like it's too fast, you can make me speak slower. And also, you can stop the video when you have doubts. You can go and check different resources to try to understand the concept and so on. The PowerPoint slides are in the down like file sessions also, and also like in each module I will link to those files. And then, so after watching the videos, after reading, after experimenting with the programs, I will go and do the quiz, because that way you get to review the concepts, you get to check if your concepts are correct, you get to kind of help you to recall the concepts. So, and then of course you would start doing the lab assignment. I suppose I would actually try to start small. So sometimes, like, I think for smaller program is okay, but if you are dealing with a bigger assignment, you might want to test out small bit of your program before putting it into your big program. So for example, if you want to see how for loop works before you put the for loop into your big program, I would actually go into the two different basically online compiler, C++ compiler that we introduced. So here is one of the links, and I should actually put the other one in here also. So I would test those small piece of code before I put it in the big program. So apparently programmers get stuck fixing bugs. Your program is not working as expected. You don't know why, and it might take you very short to figure it out, but it can take you a long time. My best strategy actually is to take a break, take a deep breath, take a break, go do something else and come back. And so don't get frustrated. I mean, everyone has to go through this. No matter how good you are as a programmer, you would always have time that you would need to debug and find problems. But if you are really struggling, you couldn't figure it out, you can also inbox me with the c.cpp file, or right now I think the first module is a link. You can send it to me and ask me questions. I have to be able to run your program to see how to help you. Okay, you can also ask your classmate for help, like ask questions in the Slack channel, but do your own work. So don't expect other people to do your work. You have to do your own work. You can't go get paid as a programmer and then ask other people to do your work. Okay, and program consciously. I think this is actually one of the most important things that I learned when I was taking the C++ class. My instructor, my professor was just telling us that, just don't write the bugs into the program. So I think what he means is that when you write the program, write very, very carefully, like being very conscious of everything you type into the program. I actually think that being a good programmer means you have to be able to be in a meditative state. You are one-minded doing the programming. Actually, when I teach a live class, I actually teach my program, like my students, to meditate, because being able to manage your thoughts, basically. Okay, this is actually my thing, okay, about thoughts and emotions and stuff, but I will tell you when we meet face to face. So what I'm trying to say is, really try to be focused on what you are doing and not be distracted, not let your mind go anywhere else, but think about this thing that you are doing, and you would find that you would be able to do it. I think a lot of people feel like, oh, I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough and stuff like that. No, I actually think that what it is that if you don't keep track of your mind and not focus on what you do and you're doubting yourself, the brain power that you need to be using to program well is being used in something that's not productive. So program consciously. And lastly, get help as soon as possible if you find yourself not being able to finish the assignments and have a lot of problems and so on. I have not so far find anyone who have missed a few assignments able to catch up. So if the first assignment you can't figure it out, you have to you have to go get help right away. I mean, I am your help. There are other resources you can get help with also, but what I'm saying is really be mindful that if you are facing problems, don't hesitate to get help. We all have to go through this struggle when we learn something new, so it's not like you are the only one. So don't hesitate to ask for help. So that's why we are talking about help the next session. So other help in this course material. So actually you can go to NetTutor, which is a link in the side, which I don't know where it went, but it will be there. So NetTutor is a resources that you can ask questions. It is a basically service provided, and SJCC has recruited this thing. I think the in-person tutoring on main campus is not there anymore, but they do have an online tutoring. But I point to this page hoping that we can get out of the SIP soon, right? So we try to stay positive. But if you need help, that's also online tutoring that you might be able to tap into to get help besides asking me. I think the counselor information, I actually have it in the here. So you can get that from the link here. You might have help, like you might need help with Canvas and my web and email account, so on and so forth. I actually couldn't help you on that one, and so you have to click this link and find the resources to help you with those things. Okay. Another important thing that I want to let you be aware, if you are not already, is that SHCC has a laptop lending program. So this link will get you to a form, and just fill out the form, and then you will be able to get a laptop to use for this semester. Then there will be financial aid, there will be counseling. I think SJCC our school is really doing a fantastic job in trying to help our students to deal with any situations if that arise. So if you have anything that if you need financial help, it doesn't have, financial aid doesn't have to tie to your academic performance. Okay, so if you are having problem financially, please go to these resources and contact our financial aid personnel to get help, because we all want you to be successful. That's why we are here. So don't hesitate. When the resources are there, just get the help, because take care of yourself and you can take care of other people, right? Counseling is another thing. If you feel like emotionally you are stressed, or you don't know what to do with your classes, or what's the best path to a certain career path, we have this counseling department, and so don't hesitate to get help by calling and so on. And then SJCC library, of course, I love libraries. I don't know about you. Right now we cannot physically be there, but still you can borrow books online, right? Some of you already joined the Slack channel, so I'm glad, and so we will have more conversations over there. And honestly, to be a programmer is not like you really just sit in front of the computer and then not talk to anyone. Actually, computer science is a very, in a way, a very social, how do I say it's a very social industry in some way. I mean, even though you don't talk to people, you actually talk to people. You actually use text to talk to people all the time. I mean, and to be a good programmer, you have to understand your users. So you have to talk to your users. You have to talk to your colleagues to communicate, so that you can create this huge program which is doing Canvas, for example. Think about this. How many lines of code are in Canvas, so one people cannot do it. To have such a good program to be working for the users, many people have to work together. So don't think that those soft skills are not important. Actually, nowadays when people interview for jobs for programmers, yes, we want people who's really bright and really smart, but we also want people who actually can work with people. Besides, networking is very important for finding jobs, just to say. So if you're ready to start, you can download the syllabus. You can join our Slack channel if you haven't, and then you can start from the module 1. I guess I should actually look at the syllabus with you. So all this information, some of them are already there. Student learning outcome wasn't there. Job and withdrawal. I think those you can read. The grading is very simple. I try to make this class easy to get an A per se. Okay, you have to do your work. I mean, it's easy in a way that if you do the work, if you really spend the hours doing the studying, then everyone can get an A. So I didn't do a curve, I actually do a percentage, and there will be a lot of bonus assignments as well for people who like challenges. Late submission. So far I haven't seen anyone who can be late and catch up, and so I'm very straight on making sure that I get the assignments on time, unless you have a very, very good reason. Otherwise, your late assignment, if it's past Wednesday, it wouldn't be great. Basically, you can be late 1 or 2 days, but to be honest, it's actually best for you to not be late, because why I have the class start on Tuesdays, because it will give me time to look at all your assignments, see what kind of common problems that you all are maybe having, like making basically, and try to resolve them with you in the beginning of the next module. The next topic is also very important, the academic dishonesty penalties. So interestingly, people seem to do this, and also interestingly, I'm very good at catching it. So I highly not recommend you to be dishonest, because I totally will make sure that your assignment will get 0 points, and also your course grade will be lowered. I don't know by how much, but definitely will be lowered. This is an interesting topic, because I personally is a pretty honest person. I think there's really no reason to copy other people, because if you have to copy in this class, I really don't know how you can go to work in a job. And if you have difficulties, like I said, there are a lot of resources, and so please don't do it. Basically, I won't be personally offended actually, but I want to really tell you upfront that I actually read your programs, and that's why it's very easy for me to catch whoever is copying from other people, copying from the internet, so on and so forth. Not that I'm giving you the ideas, but trust me, please don't do that. So the lab assignments, I think this is pretty straightforward. Student conduct, sexual harassment. So, it's very straightforward. Respect other people. Respect other people like you want to be respected, basically, right? There's no, everyone is equal in this world, including me and you. We are kind of, in a way, we are equal. But in a way, I have to implement all these rules and stuff so that you can learn efficiently. Actually, a lot of these rules, for example, the assignment due date and so on and so forth, if it can help you to succeed, I can relax it. But the reality is, so far, I haven't seen that to be an effective policy to help students. So that's why I highly discourage being late to assignments. And then the course outline. So if you are eager to read all the textbook, like knowing what's going on, this is the plan for the whole semester. Of course, it's subject to change, but most likely, at least the topics will be flowing this way. There's good reason for the class to flow this way, and so the homework assignments might change. Anyways, so this is the end of all this important information that we need to know for us to start the class. So I look forward to see you Thursday, September 10th at 6 p.m. through Zoom, so that I can finally do a real introduction of myself. But more importantly, I want to know more about you. So be prepared to share with the class who you are, what you like, so on and so forth. And also, we will actually do something important for the class, which is setting up the IDE. But more information will come in the next module, so that you know how to prepare for that meeting. I hope those information that we talk about that's already in the homepage are helpful to you to go through. I think it's time for you to jump in and swim and see what happens. All right, I will see you around.